Okay, here we go. Over the past 3 days or so, I've taken about 2 hours worth of video. So probably over the last 15 hours worth of work here, I've taken about 2 hours worth of video. Some reason it didn't turn out. Of course, this is my first video for my channel, and it's not going to work properly. Of course, took the carried out of the camera, put it in the computer, went to view it, and all it was just the audio was there. Just know it was a green screen. It was just a green video. So anyhow, I'm gonna try to do a quick recap for you here. This is my first video again. I'm blowing insulation in my attic. My house is 70 years old. It's a Mini Cape-cod. As you can see, there ain't very much room up here. Very much easy to get light in here either. But back when the house was built, they figured all that they had to do was have these vents here on the that one there's half clogged up, but that's fine. They figured all they needed was the vents on the gable ends of the house. One there and one down there. Okay. Over the years we realized that that is not good enough. In fact, it's not only good enough, it was doing more harm than good. Simply because there was no air, especially in houses like this. I have on each side of my house, because it's Cape Cod, I have 8 feet of cathedral type ceiling. You can see down through there, not very good, but that goes down 8 feet on this side of the house and on the other side of the house. Now, back when this house was built, if you go outside and you look at the little overhang on the roof, and you're looking up, you usually see the little the vinyl part. It's usually got the little vents and the little tiny holes for ventilation in them. Those are your eave vents, or your eavesdrop vents. If you go straight down this channel here, that's exactly where you're going to end up. Now, problem is, this house, when they built this house, it had wooden shingle siding on it, and those eave vents, well, there was no vents there. They just covered that up with plywood, so the weather didn't get in, and well, so that air would not get up inside of these channels. Little did they know that was totally what they didn't want, or what they did want. I'm sorry. So all they had was, like I said, these 2 vents on either end of the house. That was very common. As time went by, those eave vents, what they would do is they would take a skill saw and slice a few holes in them here and there, and they would insert little steel vents to allow ventilation up into these areas. Not only on this style house, but any style house, to try to alleviate the problem of condensation on the bottom of the roof, rotting out your roof, and so on and so forth. In the winter time, if you're in the winter climate like I am, I'm in Nova Scotia, Canada. It prevents ice damming on the roof. When you have ice damming on the roof, it lifts up your shingles, and all of a sudden you have water coming inside the house because it has nowhere else to go. So, I think that's a decent recap. So, in the past 3 days, what I have done, I've removed a lot of the old insulation. It was 70 years old. As a matter of fact, I'm actually quite fortunate that there was actually any insulation in the house to begin with. The area around here, there's a lot of houses this age and even younger than this house that weren't insulated at all. I'm actually quite fortunate. I guess the people, from what I understand, that built this house were quite well off, and they wanted the best of the best of the best. So yeah, so in the last 3 days, You can see the insulation down there very start to blow in. But what I had to do, it was not an easy task whatsoever. You need to have air movement on the bottom of your roof. Right there. This is the actual peak of my roof right here. If you go up, that's the actual peak where you would put like a ridge vent. That's the ridge. Right there. I'm standing, my body's half out of my attic here. Standing on my ladder here, so I'm gonna climb right up inside here in a minute. But anyhow, let's see here, where was I? Yeah, you need to have air movement on the bottom of your roof. Regardless of the age, regardless of anything, that air movement has to be there. So of course I'm gonna stuff that as full as I can with blow-in insulation. And then in the springtime, here in another month and a half or so, I'm going to go outside. I'm going to cut those pieces of plywood off that I was talking about. I'm going to fold these down so that way air will flow up in through these channels here. Let's see here. I guess you can see down there a little bit. The air will flow up and through there. I'm going to get a ridge vent put in on the top here on my peak, so air will flow up through these channels behind the pink insulation up and through here, and then up here there will be right on the peak, the whole length of the house, the air will escape through the top. Now of course when you do that, you have to plug off the gable end vents, that way you don't have the proper airflow isn't disturbed. So I guess that's a decent recap. Hopefully this video, what I think happened is I formatted my SD card in my computer instead of the camera. It didn't quite understand what the heck was going on, so I formatted the SD card in my camera, tested it out, and it was working. So now here I am. I just came in from my garage, filling up my machine here. What I got here, this is the hose. Wiggle this way all around here. I got the hose here. I'm going to come out of my attic here a little bit. I'm not even going to shut my camera off because I want this to be as real as can be. I've never been a fan of people that make home do-it-yourself type videos and do all kinds of weird editing and stuff, and you know, they don't show you the bad parts, they don't show you the stuff that goes wrong, and you know what I mean? They don't show you. So here I have, you see down my garage, the garage door closed, you see the hose goes in, it's snowing out of course. I shoveled the snow off my garage 3 days ago. It was about 3 feet high. Anyhow, the hose comes in up through here. The black cord is my remote switch to shut the machine off and on. Put my slippers back on. Bend over and kill myself. Then I got the hose coming up into the attic, and I was having troubles with the hose wanting to come out of the hole all the time. So I took that little bungee cord, wrapped my extension cord for my travel light, the cord for my remote switch for the machine, and the hose, wrapped the bungee cord around it. Chucked a nail in the board there, put the bungee cord around it. Now she's being held up here. I take all my slack, fire it over there, get it out of my way. Yeah, so that being said, I'm going to continue filling up. I already filled all the cavities on this side up to here. I did the first 2 over there. I was actually going to give up on the video thing, that's why I just said the heck with it and filled them all up, but I decided to give her another shot here. So yeah, here we go. Okay, what I got here, the end of the hose, hang my light up there, put a nail in here. I got a piece of 7-foot, 1.5 inch pipe. Oh, there goes my light. Going down into the cavity. Sorry about that. You can see there's the end of the hose. I ran out of stuff, so I had to go back down to my garage. So what I'm doing, the instructions I had from the gentleman at the hardware store, when I turned it on, you don't push on it, you just kind of wiggle it back and forth like this, and eventually what's going to happen is the machine isn't going to be able to push it anymore. It's going to sound like it's almost like it's clogged. It'll just stop. You can only let it do that for a split second, otherwise it'll start piling upside the hose and it'll clog up, like happened to me yesterday 3 times. Spent probably about an hour and a half total yesterday trying to unclog the hose. So you just gotta kind of bounce it back and forth. You'll hear it. So I'm gonna turn the switch on here. Here she comes. Almost. There it comes. Oh yeah. Haha. Here it comes, baby. Oh, there we go. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Okay, I gotta shut it off a second. We're gonna put my mask on. Hang on a minute. Gotta have the mask. Yeah, covered it. Here we go. You can see how it's starting to climb up the cavity there. I like to keep it buried a little bit, I learned. That way it's not blowing all over the countryside. Yeah, well, really like that. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Yeah. Oh yeah, baby. Now I'm using an LED light bulb, one of those heavy duty bad boys. There ain't no heat that comes out of it, so I ain't really worried too much about the insulation getting on it. I know one thing, them bad boys are tough. I dropped that shovel laid out the hole in the attic hole here yesterday. She landed on my hardwood floor and she's still working, so it's gotta be tough. Almost full. Now I'm just going to come to the crawl space area here for now until I get them all filled up, and then I'm going to come back and do the crawl space area afterwards. Look good. There we go. I don't know if you can see here. There we go. There's one full. I'm covered. Yep. there we go. That's one fill. I got I got 26 total, minus 2 for each one of the dormers. So I got 18, 17, 16, 15, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11. I got 10 to go. See you in a bit.